Schwabble, double, glibber, glabber, schwibble, schwab, glab. Nibble, double, shwibble, schwabble, glibber, glab, schwab. Schwabble, double, glibber, glabber, schwibble, schwab, dab. Nibble, double, shwibble, schwabble, glibber, schwab, glab. Ooh,
Hey, today I'm checking out these 3 books. ArcAthena by ArcAthena, the artist edition of the same book, and his art book called Drop. The book also came with a print of a character from the book and another character from Iconic Comics. And then this thank you card. The production of the book itself is very nice. The materials are high quality, has a spot UV cover, and it's also very soft and fun to touch. All of the art and story was done by Eric. Colors by a gentleman, sorry sir. Letters are Eric Weathers, edits Joe Fulton, design Leonardo Leo. The main appeal of the book to me was Eric's artwork, and it certainly delivers on that. It's great to look at. The designs are cool, and there's this cool shit like that. Motion blur. I mean, that thing looks like it's popping right off the page. The synopsis is they're a team of superheroes that gets sent out a mission, and then another team of superheroes actually does the mission. This is the part of the story where I feel like it could have used some more work, because he sends these characters in, and if I wouldn't have read the synopsis on the back of the book, I don't think I would have understood what he was going for. He says that there's a team of heroes, ArcAthena, and they're kind of the fan favorites of audiences, but a secret team called ArcPoseidon actually does the missions. Why? I don't know. I'm not certain. I mean, I think he's trying to make it seem like they're the celebrities and they don't do anything. But again, why? Because when you get to this page right here, which is the fake team, they all have superpowers. I mean, it describes this person has superhuman strength, another person telekinesis. So I'm not sure why they're incapable of doing the missions. It says how many followers each of these people have, so I guess they're like the PR of the whole thing. They're all sent in by this gentleman over here who owns a tech company and makes all types of shit, and now he's doing security. Okay, so his super popular people is the front, but I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. I mean, maybe it's going to be explained later on, but I mean, other than the fact that these people have a lot of followers, I don't know why they would sit out on the sidelines if they have superpowers as well. So you get an introduction to all of them right there. So, I mean, that's like 6 people he's introducing. You kind of like learn about them through these pages. And then several pages later, they send in the real team. I feel like there's just a lot of characters to introduce and throw at an audience all at once. And also not really explain what the purpose too well. Like, why, who are these guys all of a sudden? But they're the ones that come in and end up doing all the fighting. And you meet the villain of the book here. They're on some underground mission or something. They're in a sub and were shot out. It's got a lot of cool splash pages and shit like this. I mean, the fighting, the action, all that was pretty awesome. But down here, wherever they are now, some underwater facility, this is that secret team that's doing all the fighting with these monsters. That's cool. like that. And the flow of the story is all great. All the panels are super easy to read. Everything's clear. Everything's always creative choices and interesting ways to tell the story. And now we bounce back to the people up on the surface. And see, right here is lady seemed to have shrunk. So at first I thought maybe the fake team didn't actually have powers, but they seem to have powers. So again, I'm not sure why they are sitting out on the sideline. They just kind of stay on the surface, but they do fight because they're fighting some creatures here. And then that's the main leader of the fake team, I guess. The ArcAthena. And then we cut back down to the surface where they fight that monster. A lot of cool blood, gore, guts, and all that. I mean, I don't want to completely spoil it, but something happens on the surface with the other leader. And then there's a couple things of drama and stuff at the end. But I feel like it just went by so fast I didn't really learn about any character. Because after he sets up that other team, then you set up another one. And right here he kind of does the same thing as that page up front here. We kind of get stats on each character. Now we're getting stats on the real team. Like he has biological powers, metamorph and all that. It's just so many characters to introduce. And by the end, I don't think I got a feel for anyone's personality. They kind of just fight. I mean, maybe that was the purpose. Maybe it's kind of like if you want just some action, then this is really good. If you want some character stuff, motivations, I mean, I feel like I couldn't really describe any personality traits of any of these characters. I'm sure that's going to come. This is book 1 of 6, it says, so there'll probably be some more story, and you might even explain why they need like the PR team to kind of sit out on the sidelines and maybe kind of trick the public. So I could just be jumping the gun there. The back had some extras and making of it. Sketches and shit. This is the art book that came with it. It was pretty awesome. It's just sketches and shit of Eric's stuff. I think some of them are original characters, but I mean most of them I recognize from different things, but I don't know if that's original or what. But either way, it's all really cool. He's just a really good artist. There's a cool shot of Skeletor somewhere in here that I thought looked good. Yeah, that one was cool. And then there's other shit, like his take on some Toy Story over here, and Turtles somewhere. Kira, Turtles. Lastly, we got the gigantic artist edition of the book. I mean, this thing, it's pretty damn big. It takes up like my whole chest table. But it's the original sketches. Or, sorry, the original line art. But he actually did keep the sketch layer on as well, which I was not a fan of. That's cool. I actually kind of drew that like motion blur. But yeah, I mean, this thing's great to look at. I mean, that is awesome. I think he's digital, so. But it seems like maybe he left on a sketch layer or something, because I don't know, usually when I get like an artist edition, I want to see just the line work itself and nothing else. You know, it's just kind of nice to see that clean without a bunch of clutter. But if you can look at these, it's, I mean, some pages are better than others, but he's got all the pencil on as well. I don't know if he just wanted to let you see some more behind the scenes shit. You know, a lot of times he's just inking right over the pencil, so you don't really notice it too much, but there's a couple instances where like maybe he moved something and you're getting this like double effect. And I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it. I'd rather just see the clean line work because it looks like it's really great. Yeah, like here's another one where you can see all this extra stuff here. And I mean, it's not looking too bad on the camera. It actually looks really good. But when I'm looking at it in real life, it's sort of distracting. I would rather have that have just been clean and white space. But other than that, everything else is awesome on it. I mean, it's going to be really fun to like go through and study this some more and really look at it in detail. And it's really cool he offered it. I feel like a lot of people are not doing actual artist edition size shit for their campaigns. I think he might be the only person I've ever seen do it so far. I mean, some people are offering, you know, like the line art versions or whatever, but never actual artist edition size, because to me that's, I don't know, it's much more fun to look at when it's blown up and gigantic and in your face and kind of easy to see like a lot of the details and shit instead of squinting or getting a magnifying glass to see some of the smaller line work stuff. I just wish he would have either done the whole book with just only ink, or maybe a couple pages that were pencil, if he like really wanted to show the pencil work. But the combination I didn't feel like worked too well. Maybe a couple pages at the back could have just been the pencil. But yeah, I mean, on my camera you can't see that at all. And I mean, I can't really see it pencil too much. I mean, it inked right over it, and it looks really good. It's interesting that this is on such glossy paper. I mean, I kind of like it, but usually when I get the artist edition stuff, they print it on like a drawing, a matte type paper, not a gloss. So that way it kind of looks like the original art boards that they draw on. But I'm guessing this is all digital, so it actually kind of works. And it's probably a lot more expensive to print it on whatever paper the artist editions normally are. Cool. There you have it. Eric Canetti's ArcAthena. I'd recommend it if you're a fan of superhero shit in general, or just big bombastic team-up stuff with lots of action.
There you go. Now get your tail out of here before I kick some deer butt. Better run.